3, 4, 5, and it should be on. So you've seen a couple of runs on Rayman on this marathon already. There was the Strat Finder race, Rayman HD, and all TNCs like a couple of hours ago by Nandi. So Blackham, how you doing? So there's a lot of trickstery going on in this game. It's a cool little speedrun. I'll explain them more when we get to them, but I'm just gonna say there's gonna be a lot of shenanigans going on. You know, I'm gonna try my best to perform them. Right now there's just a 2-minute cutscene, nothing much going on. We're gonna collect 6 lumps, the first 6 ones, and that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I think I should introduce myself. I've been speedrunning this game for about 4 or 5 years now, at least I think so. I used to be the record holder for pretty much every category until Torque came to the game and destroyed everyone else. That's fine. But I've been around to see the changes of this game quite a lot, so that's good to keep in mind.
All'improvviso Andrea trasforma i Lum rossi in Hoodlum, il mondo è in pericolo! Ah, ecco, qui dice che Globox se n'è andato con le tue mani.
Beh, fifone com'è, sarà nascosto da qualche parte.
Ah, non sarà facile mettergli le mani addosso, soprattutto per te. A proposito, ho dimenticato di dirti, ogni tua azione ti fa segnare dei punti. Ecco, guarda il contatore, ti faccio vedere. Quando segni dei punti, compare l'indicatore e passi in modalità combo. È qui che si fa interessante, perché in modalità combo le tue azioni valgono molto di più. Ma non esaltarti troppo, perché la modalità combo scompare se non segni altri punti. Ultima cosa, i punti...
Okay, so I'm gonna tell something about the glitches of this game real quick. We are going to abuse the camera mode, or first person mode, quite a lot in this game, and I mean abuse as a really extensive hard abuse. Pretty much throughout the game. You're gonna see one here called a plain old super jump on top of this mushroom, and there we go, a big ass jump. And we can keep a hefty amount of platforming. Also, if you're wondering why I'm playing on Italian, I'm sure people have explained it already a couple of times, but basically there's a cutscene here which should play right about now, but something about the game being different on the Italian language that allows us to just walk through it. That's very convenient. And that was called a rolling camera buffered super jump, which allows us to keep a large section of a cutscene.
Non c'è un secondo da perdere! Dobbiamo riacciuffare Andrea prima che raggiunga il cuore del mondo!
Here we are just gonna, you know, use those camera mode super jumps once again. Also, we can extend them, which is very helpful. And I'm gonna be using quite a lot of the most optimized strats during the speedrun, just to showcase them the best I can.
Il manuale dice che puoi lanciare i pugni lateralmente. L'autore insiste, deve essere importante.
Ah, there we go.
Non perdiamo tempo! Ne va della sopravvivenza di tutti i popoli! Ditemelo se esagero, Presto! Andrea si avvicina al cuore del mondo!
Here we're just gonna keep using those camera buffered extended super jumps to get around out of bounds and then directing ourselves to the end of the game as directly as we can. There's not really much to it, but it's cool to know. Here I'm just gonna do another one, get out of bounds, and go straight to the end. And this should work. Nope. These are sometimes quite finicky, and even if you're pretty much aligned properly, they still don't want to work, which is a shame. It's really a annoying twist on this game. I'm gonna align myself again, see if this works. There we go. Took a while. So I'm pretty much done with Fairy Console, as when it comes to the tricks. There's nothing really much anymore. There's gonna be a cutscene and a Teensy Highway coming up. Speaking of Fairy Console, it's one of the more reset-heavy areas or worlds in the speedrun, so it's quite convenient that it's at the beginning of the run. I'm just gonna do a real quick roll to optimize the movement, since you still get your momentum while you roll in the cutscenes.
Non si può tenere Globox vicino al cuore, è rischioso. Rayman, Globox è tuo amico. Portalo dal guaritore della foresta di chiara foglia. Lo conosco, saprà come eliminare André.
Oh yeah, speaking of speedrunners of this game, the current world record holder, as I mentioned, Turk9, in the chat, shoutouts to him, came around maybe a year or two ago, I don't know, maybe a year ago, and he's been grinding a shit ton of this game, so a huge shoutout for him. It's quite impressive actually. So. Oh yeah, one thing to talk about the Teensy Highways, there's nothing really much to optimize here, except we want to be holding the A button pretty much throughout the Teensy Highway, since every platform that you hold the A on, you get a boost about a frame, so that counts in total about 20 seconds in 3 of the Teensy Highways total. Also, you would prefer to skip most of the gems, since there's a score count at the end of every level, and that wastes time. So that's pretty much the end of Fairy Castle. Onward to Clearly Forest. A fairly difficult world as well to perform, at least in the beginning, then it gets a bit easier. Thanks for the good luck, German guitar dude. I appreciate it.
Ma chi ha che ha tolto la musica? Spero di non aver rotto niente. Musica, dove sei? Chiudi e fai...
So in this level in particular, I'm gonna use some pretty nifty, well, I wouldn't say platforming, but adjustments to get the best outcome. I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna do a super jump on top of this. I'm gonna kill the dollar sign Hoodlum, get the cage. Then I'm gonna go out of bounds. And since I killed the Hoodlum, the red can is gonna be spawned automatically, which saves a nice amount of time. I will be trying out a fairly new cutscene skip here, found by, was it Chibro? I'm not sure anymore. It saves like 8 seconds. It's quite precise, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna able to get it. That's the first part. Let's see if I can get it. I think that might be it. Hey, that's fucking epic. Okay, cool. So there you go. There was 2 pretty precise jumps that I performed. And it's not easy at all, so I'm very glad that I got to show it. That's actually the first time I've gotten it in a run as well, so that's cool. Oops. Yeah, skip, hell yeah. And that's the most important part. Alright, so on to the next level. It's pretty straightforward. I'm just gonna do an extended camera buffered super jump on top of a couple of boxes and fly straight to the end. This level is actually pretty cool in the all teensies category. But here, we're just not gonna see any of it, and we're just gonna go to the end. And that should work. Also, if you missed the Draft Finder race yesterday, I highly recommend you to watch it. That was quite an experience for the runners at least, so at least I'm gonna check it out because I want to see how other people tried out stuff. So here I just killed the Hoodlum, go into a meter glide walk and clip out of bounds, you know, to skip a rocket section. There's a possible cutscene skip, 2 ways actually, a extended camera buffer super jump, and, you know, another way that you would have to perform at least 3 frame perfect normal jumps. And that's not just really an option, so we're gonna go the regular way. Oh, that's a new one. Okay. There we go. And straight to the end of the level. That's done. Now, next area would have our first boss fight, Master Cog. But as usual, we're not gonna see that, and we're just gonna perform a camera buffered super jump and skip the whole of it. Like so. You can actually see him there. He's just chilling, but we're not gonna pay any attention to him. Okay, that was pretty good. It's gonna be a pretty it's gonna be a theme in this game that we skip the bosses. That was the first one, and next world we're gonna skip a couple of bosses actually too, so there's not a lot of boss fights that you're gonna see in the speedrun.
Devo andare a farmi curare.
And here we are at the second Tinsia way, pretty much the same thing as the first one, just the platforming is a little bit different, but otherwise it's basically the same principle. Although I do need to be careful at parts. If you hold A too long at small platforms like this, you might just jump over them, and that would lose around 10 to 30 seconds. Depends where the respawn spot is. You still gotta be careful what you do in here. Also while avoiding gems as much as you can. So if I've done this right, I should be below 50%, so I won't get an extra badge from the points. Each badge loses roughly around a second if I remember correctly, and I just super jump at the end to save me some extra time too. Here I'm just gonna hold my D-pad right to get into this PCM mode kind of a thing. You can also get it from a cage. By punching it and using the camera mode right before it hits the cage. But this is a way more secure way, and it's basically free, so we use this way preferably. So whilst I have this camera mode, I'm gonna get the power up. And combining these two, I can use the power up infinitely, so that's gonna leave us some room to skip the boss fight here as well. So we're gonna go here, we're gonna go out of bounds, and face this direction. And if I've done it correctly, I should be fine. Oh, okay. Knock knock, yeah. Okay, so here we're gonna go to this platform. We are gonna try, first try actually. We're gonna perform a camera buffer super jump and go straight to the end once again. It's a reoccurring theme in this game. They've placed the ends quite well for us speedrunners, so we can skip everything pretty much in one go. Also here, I'm gonna use a pretty precise mushroom jump to skip a can. Let's see if I can get it. I got it. That's very good, actually. Okay. No, this trick doesn't work right now. There you go. Okay. Yeah, just keep in mind some of these tricks can be very finicky at times, and they can take multiple times to actually get them, so it's by no means an easy speedrun at all. Here I'm gonna do a quick drop to save like a second, and I'm gonna use a meter camera buffered super jump to get out of bounds once again, and try to align myself so I don't get back in bounds. And I'm gonna try to... Yep, that's fair enough. Okay. I'm gonna use a glide block here, hopefully. It's pretty bad. It's fine. Come on now. There we go. I'm gonna align myself, drop down and get out of bounds, and that should be pretty much it. So here's where we actually see the first boss fight, at least the second half of it. The first half we're gonna skip. And it's our good old pal Alekzoz. The first skip is pretty easy. We're just gonna jump on this corner of this staircase and clip through, hopefully. There you go. And go to the end of the level like so. Unfortunately, we can't skip this part of the boss fight. It's kind of a pain in the ass at times, but we manage. That's not preferable, but I hope that'll work in my favor. I think it should be fine. Okay. You kind of want to align yourself and Alekzoz so that his invisibility frames won't counter your punches. So there's some amount of RNG in this boss fight, but not too much. This was overall pretty alright. There we go. That's a pretty solid boss fight. And we are off to Living Dead. Yeah, pretty chill world compared to the first two halves at least. And the music is popping, so that's good. I'm gonna use another meter super camera buffered super jump here to get to the end of the level, and I'm gonna use a piggy bank. I used it once in the Clearly Forest 1. And it should get me to the end of the level. Like so. Okay. I don't think I've explained the camera buffered super jump things yet, so I'll do that real quick. Basically, there are very finicky ledges in Rayman 3, and we've managed to find ways to kind of abuse those by the camera mode and first-person mode. For example, or whatever ledge it might be, we can use a plain old super jump, but if we bring camera buffering to the picture, it can give us way more height, and with that we can also extend them. Oh, no hard luck, please. I'll try my best. Oh yeah, that was a first-person dive, by the way. Nothing much has changed in that level for ages. It's pretty much straightforward. Yep, didn't hard luck. That's very good. And so I'm gonna attempt here to do a gate skip. I'll explain it real quick if I get it. Oh, I didn't get it. Well, basically I want to drop myself, do a certain movement while moving into cutscene, and if I've done it correctly, the Hoodlum would notice me before it hits the ledge or switch. And I didn't get it, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Lobox, smettila di mangiarti le caccole! Ho l'impressione di essere seduto su un tocchino!
So there I did a drone clip. It's pretty similar to first-person dive, but not quite the same. So now I'm just gonna do a minute-long swim. I'm gonna avoid the boss fight. It's a Loge. He's supposed to be right there, but we're just gonna ignore him and just say a goodbye. You can actually get pretty far into these so-called bounds, so you can cut some corners here and there. And now I'm gonna drop down and walk underwater because that makes a lot of sense.
Rayman è sempre lui il più forte, e anche il mio migliore amico. Anche il mio migliore amico!
So out of 4 boss fights, possible boss fights, we've seen a half of a boss fight. So that's pretty much Rayman 3 in a nutshell. So here I'm gonna do a pretty easy clip. I'm gonna kill these guys. That's gonna be a small optimization, but everything counts. And then you can do some finicky stuff with the camera. And that should be the level.
Oh no, questa volta non ci vado, ho paura dei dottori.
And on to the last Teensy Highway. Pretty much the same thing once again. It's a bit longer than the first two, but it's the same route all throughout pretty much. Gonna use platforms as much as I can, avoid gems, and so on, so on. We would try to find some things in the Teensy Highways, but there's nothing really much to find, besides possibly abusing the respawn areas, but those haven't been much of use, at least as of late. I do must give my props to the developers of these parts of the game. They are visually very interesting, at least to me, even though they are a bit acidy. It's fine to me at least, but I think they're pretty cool. a nice break from the actual gameplay, so I like them. If not many like them, but you know. So I'm just gonna do a quick little jump here to skip some riding along, and on to .k. The infamous spooky level of Rayman 3. First level is gonna be pretty simple. I'm just gonna get out of bounds and fly straight to the end. Oh, oops. There we go. So I'm gonna try to align myself properly here so I get straight to the end. I think this should be fine. I want to be focusing on this tree-like shape, ribcage, whoever prefers what. And for roughly around minutes, I'm gonna drop down and I should be at the end. I think this should be fine. There we go, that's good. Delta is probably one of the most difficult stages in at least Rayman 3 speedrun. It's kind of punishing. I mean, it's very punishing, to be honest. And many good runs have died there, so rest in peace. Oh. We are gonna do an extended camera buffered super jump here, get out of bounds, and go straight to the end of the level. Here we're just gonna do some needled platforming, not too much going on here. On the next room, there's gonna be a pretty difficult camera buffered super jump. You'll see, it'll come right up. Here I'm just gonna do a quick full jump, skip a cutscene, and go to this ledge. I'm gonna align myself properly and hoping this works. I think this should be fine. Okay. Now I'm gonna try to do a kind of an optimization here. It's pretty new, like maybe a month old, maybe not so much. I'm gonna use this glide walk to go here. Oh, well, that didn't work. Okay, that's a shame. I don't know which way I should go now. That's a shame. Yeah, no, this game is very good casually. At least I liked it a lot when I was younger. You can't really play a game casually anymore once you've speedrun it, which is a shame, I guess, but that's how it is sometimes. So here we're just gonna use the same old extended super jumps. Oh, if this could work, that's a shame. And go over the bounds once more and fly to the end. I think this should be better. There we go, okay. Now let's hope for the leggy cutscene to bless the run. I'm not actually sure still what triggers the lucky cutscene. Nah, didn't get it, that's a shame. If anyone's got some insight on how the lucky cutscene works, please let me know. So here we meet our main antagonist, well not main, but one of the main antagonists, Reflux, which is basically the boss that we can't skip either on this fight or our end on the end fight. Rest in peace, lucky cutscene. You will be remembered.
Ehi Rayman, sono qua!
Silenzio!
Cucù!
Ho detto silenzio!
Ma è il mio amico!
Puoi stare zitto, stupido raspa! Reflux è il mio campione!
This boss fight has gone through, well, a couple of changes, not too many, but one change was quite minor, I mean, major. We found out that using regular old shots is way more effective than using the cans that we are provided, that we would use casually. And it saves us roughly around 2 minutes, and a lot of cycles can be skipped, so you'll see in a minute. Yeah, no, we don't use cans in the speedrun. So using a can there would be a fraction of the damage that I just did in like 30 seconds. And it's just way more effective way to kill this boss. And there we go, that was a pretty solid boss fight, I'd say. Not too shabby.
Puoi stare zitto! Riballo testa di rape ti infilza col tuo stecchino!
Now on to the next level is one of the most infamous super jumps that is known to kill runs, and I bet I'll get it first try.
Mi chiedo che tipo di potere ti ha dato il Tetris.
Hey, there you go. So basically how this works, either you get it first try or you get it the 10th try. And that's how it works. Oh yeah, and you just skip everything in that boss fight, you don't see anything. Here I'm just gonna do some neat platforming. I'm gonna get to the door and do a super jump over. Otherwise you would have to do kind of a series of mini boss fights here, but I'm just gonna say no and get the heck off. Also, I'm gonna skip these guys. I'm gonna do a meteor glide walk, go along these walls, and go over the grates over here. And since we did all this, this guy doesn't have any hitbox. That's good. That's convenient. Otherwise, it would be way more difficult to get over there. There's a certain pattern of RNG. That's my plan all along. Gotta keep the secrets to myself, you know? Oh. Hello. Increased OBS. Maybe not. This is so sad. level. Oh. Yo, they fucking... Okay. Some maneuvers at the tech. That's fine. Yellow. Am I heard? Stare in audio. No, there's no audio. Oh well. Oh, we in there? That's good. How y'all doing? I'm just playing my game over here. Nothing much. I finished the summit, and I got the pixel. I guess that's that happened. So yikes. We do this again. Hell yeah, man. We do this again.
Sono completamente congelato.
Yikes. Yeah, that actually happened. I messed up, I guess. Also, if you didn't hear, yeah, I got boat skip and you completely missed it. I saved 2.5 minutes, and that's just a shame for you, because that's my secret now. Whoops. No, I think I should be fine this time though. I don't know why I got the pixel. I'm not sure even if I want to know. But basically the pixel is at the side of the bridge, or if you hit Glowbox, he's gonna get out of bounds. And for that, if you finish the race first, it's just gonna be like, nope, Glowbox ain't here, you gotta start again. And I'll see if I got it again. I don't think so, but who am I to say? Oh, there you go, got him. And on to... Yeah, boat skip will stay a secret. On to Hoodlum headquarters. I'm just gonna do a walk here, get to the bridge, and do a extended camera buffer super jump from here, and get to the end of the level.
Temperatura esterna -52. Temperatura interna 37,2. In aumento.
And we are done. I think Hoodlum headquarters is one of the more difficult stages in the speedrun, but it's also one of the more interesting, at least in my opinion. A lot of cool tricks, a lot of intricate setups and all that jazz. Here I'm just gonna try to align myself properly so I can get out of bounds like so. And try to get enough height and fly to the end.
Siete entrati nella fonderia.
Here I'm just gonna align myself somewhat, do a strafeless camera buffered super jump, go on the conveyor belt, and do a meter glide walk, like so.
Annuncia che il Ventis sta per atterrare in cima alla torre.
You can either use a CPSJ here or use the glide walk to get out of bounds, but I like to use the glide walk. I think it's a bit more manageable,
Di non bere
a bit more consistent, if you may.
di controllarvi la
It doesn't really matter. I think both are equally fast, but both work. Now I'm just gonna do some platforming over here, trying avoiding fall down. Also trying to jump as much as I can, since I don't think running on these saves any time. And here we would have another kind of a boss fight, but we're just gonna say nope and skip it completely with one trick, like so. And then the maybe most cool looking level, at least in my opinion, and one of the more difficult ones as well. Hoodlum Headquarters 5, where we skip basically everything in one big swoop. If I could do this. Now I'm just gonna try again. Oh, I don't want to exit. Hold on, give me a minute. I wasn't prepared. Here we go, I think this should be just fine. Yeah, I think that might have lost some time, but I just wanted to show that off. And it's a pretty cool trick, so, you know, was worth trying again. You can skip this climbing part here, but I think I'm not very good at that trick, so I'm not gonna use it here. I'm just gonna do another strafeless easy PSA and skip the tower. And that's pretty much it. There you go. Now on to the last world, Leptus, where there is plenty of difficult tricks once again. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I just did some maneuvers, some shenanigans, and we're to the end of the level. Now on to the next level, we are gonna use IPG. It's kind of the same thing I used on Bulk of Merc 1, aka PCM, but it requires different kind of setup, and it doesn't require using the menu "Are you sure? Yes or no" thing, which is always good. But setting it up is way more difficult, so I'll see if I can get it. I think I got it just fine. It's quite a precise timing, and I'm pretty glad that I got it in the marathon first try. Now I'm just gonna be a lame-o and use a roll here. I think there might be a faster way, but I like to roll, so that's how it would be. There we go. And I'm just gonna fall down, get out of bounds, and now I'm just gonna fly to the end of the level. I don't think I'm on par with the estimate anymore due to the technical difficulties, whatever those were. Now I'm just gonna use the balloons, a bit of platforming to get it to the top faster than just flying up there. And yeah. Now we are at the part which we at least call card skip. You'll see in a bit. In a bit. I think you've seen it already if you've seen 90s or Pixels run, but I'm just gonna show it again. And first there's a bit of a fighting part, but we skipped the second part gladly. It takes around like 2 minutes if I remember correctly. Well, actually, I think I might still be on pace for the estimate, so I think this should be fine. This skip is actually pretty consistent, surprisingly. We found a method to do it pretty well, so that's pretty good.
Guarda gli ingranaggi! Incredibile! Andrea gioca già al meccanico! Wow, com'è grande l'appartamento di Andrea! Che festa!
So I'm just gonna align myself here. I have to face the water. I'm gonna pull up, and I got it first try. Hell yeah, man! That's very good.
Il mio Andrea!
Now I'm just gonna be facing the end, and that should be pretty much it. First try. Got him.
Reflux, come sei grande e forte!
So now we are at the final boss. Optimally it takes around 8 minutes, but there are a lot of things that can go wrong, and you can possibly lose like 2 minutes here if you're not being careful. So I'm gonna try my best to do well. On the first phase, I'm just gonna be jumping against him while firing my red can punches, and you can do a cycle skip here, sort of, and it saves around 10 seconds, and I'll see if I can get it. I think that should not work. I was close, but not quite. No, whoops. Okay. Not the best, but it'll have to do. Now the second phase, it has gotten some strats like 2 weeks ago or so, but I don't think I'm gonna go for them now. They save a fair bit of time, but they are pretty heckin' difficult. I'm just gonna use some platforming skills here, and I'll try to do this fight in 2 cycles. I think it should be pretty free, but you never know. That's not the best, but I think it worked, possibly. I hope so. Can't be dying now, that would be most unfortunate. Yeah, that was still pretty easy to cycle. Now there's 2 more phases in this fight. The third one is basically flying around to the top. That's pretty straightforward, and on the 4th one we have to have some strategies that we use, but they are pretty difficult as well, so we will see. That was close. Yeah, wit's end. Thanks for the good luck. It's fine. Well, at least you made it to the end, so that's good. So one more phase on this boss fight, and then we are officially done with this mess of a run that had to be paused for some time due to technical difficulties. So I'm gonna be mashing as hard as I can here, trying to get the shields down as fast as I can. There are things called shield skips. I'll see if I can do them, and they save a fair bit of amount of time if I get them. So. I think, yeah, I got it once. That's very good. Normally he would have done that way later, but now did it instantly, so that saved maybe like 5 seconds. And you can get it like 3 times. But it's very difficult, so... I'm not at the venue, so... There's nothing on my face, or at least covering my face. So that was unfortunate, but there's a good amount of enemies here, so maybe it was for the best. get shield skip this time, but that was still pretty okay.
Vieni duro, André! Ti salveremo! André! È là! Ho sentito Rayman! Mi ha dato del ritardato! Ancora ci cite parole, mio André!
I don't know what I was doing there. Oh, shit. I think I should be fine. If I don't, my shots don't get blocked. Okay, that was not optimal at all, but it'll have to do. So one more cycle and we are done. And time is gonna be when I tranquilize or return Andre to a red glum, so that's gonna be in just a few seconds. And done. No, okay. That's the run. I hope you liked it, besides from the technical difficulties. I appreciate you watching it. Thank you very much. The next run will be Rayman Legends, but Pearl is Peanut, so I hope you enjoy that as well. I will see you next time. Still underestimate. I'll see you. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Ma cosa ti succede?